Testing, testing, testing. There we go. What's going on, everybody? We back again, and Michael Morales is no longer undefeated. All right? What's poppin', Steezy? How is he not undefeated? Well, we're going to go over this right now. I don't want to spoil anything yet, Steezy. We're about to get into it. I'm about to give you guys my take on everything. So, get ready for it. Otto, yo, what up, man? I hope you're having a great night. I'm having a great night, and I hope everybody else is having a great night. I'm having a good night, homie. I'm having a good night. Fucking, we got some good news to react to, a good headline. I love it. I live for this. So, I'm having a good night, homie. Glad to hear you are too. This guy just can't avoid question marks. Not sure what you mean by that, Steezy. Oh, we got America First in the chat. What's poppin', America First? Saying Trump has issued an ultimatum to Venezuela, abandon its alliances with China, Russia, Iran, and Cuba, and place its oil industry under an exclusive partnership with Washington or face a second strike. Damn. Damn. So Venezuela better become allies with the U.S. or they're fucked, essentially. And they have to cut all ties with Russia, China, Iran, and Cuba. I mean, I don't know enough about that, but if Venezuela's up to some bullshit, maybe it's for the better. I don't know, though. I told you it's all about kicking communism out of the Western Hemisphere. I got you. We don't like communism around these parts. We are anti-communist. Shout out to America First for the fucking insight. Owen says, are we going to watch Morales get submitted later? Of course, homie. We're going to watch the whole thing. So just lock in, Owen. We're about to get started. Shout out to Otto. Why am I switching topics? Okay. So yeah, as you guys have probably already heard, Michael Morales' undefeated 19-0 record has been corrected to 20-1 on Tapology. So they added 1 win and 1 loss to his record. Because he competed on this Ecuadorian tough back in 2017. For the first fight on that, he was 17 years old, which he won. For the second fight on that, he was 18 years old, which he lost. Now, a couple notes about this. These are 2-round fights. But if you're wondering already, why would they count this on his pro record if it's Ecuadorian tough, right? The Ultimate Fighter runoff Ecuadorian style. The reason why is because apparently any type of reality fighting show that takes place outside of the original UFC's Ultimate Fighter, it counts as a pro fucking fight. So I don't know, but we're going to read it right now because Tapology put it into maybe some better context than I just did. But Tapology explained all their reasoning for everything, provided the footage of it all. So we're going to go through it right now. I'm just a little worried because my fucking neighbor is she's already moving around heavily upstairs. So hopefully we're going to be fine here. I'm going to try to maintain my voice for this. Okay. But yeah, let me read this caption too. Michael Morales' undefeated 19-0 professional MMA record has been corrected to 20-1 on Tapology after footage surfaced of him getting submitted/knocked out on Ecuadorian tough in 2017 when he was just 18 years old. So let's run through it. 20-1, his first 2 fights ever, essentially. Won by ground and pound, then he lost via triangle choke. So before he was 19-0, now he's 20-1 because they added those 2 fights. And here's what Tapology said. Update on the Tapology record for welterweight phenom Michael Morales. While Morales had been listed up to this point as undefeated as professional, we have added 1 additional professional win and 1 additional professional loss from the start of his career. We were tipped off to and found extensive footage of an Ecuadorian league, Ultima Pereira, which had at least 3 seasons of a reality-style show with the fighters in a tournament. Morales competed in the 2nd season in 2017. And here's the footage. Here's the footage of the finish. We're going to watch the whole thing. We might as well get some more context on it. But, you know what? Maybe we should just go straight to it. Why spoil it? Let's watch it all in its entirety. Nah, fuck it. I'll give it to you guys first, and then we can watch the YouTube video where it came from. I won't do you guys like that. Okay, so here's the footage.
Coge la pierna. Coge la pierna. Coge la pierna para contra la reja. Contra la reja.
Morales caught in a triangle here. He just tried to power slam out of it. Didn't work. Homie's locking it up even tighter. And watch out for these insanely vicious elbows that I think either knocked him out or like he went unconscious from the triangle and then he was just getting elbowed unconsciously. It's one of the two. Not elbows, but hammer fists. So who knows if he went to sleep or got knocked out, but Tapology's claiming it a submission. For the record. Tapology claiming it a submission. Right here, triangle choke. 36 seconds into the first round. And then here's the explanation as to why Ecuadorian Tough is considered pro and original UFC Tough is considered exhibition fights. While the Ultimate Fighter reality show in the US is still classified as exhibition status, we don't grant the same exhibition status to other reality competitions around the world. Tough has only been exempted because of the US Athletic Commission designation it was given. So, if you're a fighter out there, I mean, competing on a reality show outside Ecuadorian Tough will result in a win or loss on your pro record. Food for thought. But Michael Morales also responded to the news. And let's see what Michael Morales had to say. Where is it? Right here. And just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'll come right back. But you know what? Let me just read it to you real quick so we can wrap up this topic. Michael Morales goes, "I'll punch injustice right in the face. Fuck you, Tapology." Okay, so Michael is not happy about it. He posted a little image carousel as well. Smiles, victory, knocking out Brady, flexing on him, on top of the cage. So a little bit of imagery here, you feel me? Spider-Man outfit. So is Morales undefeated or not? What do you guys think of the matter? So we got Jew in the chat. Jew saying, damn, why he lying? Oh, I think Jew's talking about Trump or something like that. But what's poppin', Jew? And then Owen says, I don't think this loss takes away from Morales as a contender at all, low key. I seen people talking about that, Owen. And yeah, I mean, this has nothing to do with like some conspiracy about taking him away as a contender. Actually, I bookmarked it. Of course, MMA Joey got something to say about it, so I bookmarked it because it's a half brain cell fucking thought. Tapology updates Michael Morales' profile to now have one loss, which is from earlier in his career on a random reality TV show. We all know this is a conspiracy to deny him a title shot because he was dancing in a dress and fans think he's gay. I think I'm going to call complete cap on that. I'm going to call complete cap on all of that. On all of that. I think it's just the rules of Tapology. And I swear I saw this video of Michael Morales getting knocked out a few days ago. So then I think Tapology just recognized what was going on with that. They saw where it happened and they were like, oh no, like that's considered pro. If it's not UFC Tough, that's considered a pro bout. So, I mean, I don't know, man. The rules are the rules in this situation for me. I mean, if that's what the rules are, then, I mean, that goes for all fighters, right? There's probably been some other fighters who have competed on like a Russian tough type thing, Ecuadorian tough type thing, and it's counted on their pro record. So I mean, it's not like Michael Morales is getting like targeted here. Anybody who competes on a UFC tough runoff outside the US, it's going on your pro record. So you know that ALF reality thing in Thailand, that's probably going on their pro records. So it's just a simple correction here, in my opinion. UFC probably buffed his record. They were trying to sell him as undefeated, Hanjo. I could see that. I could see that more than I could see MMA Joey's fucking theory here. I could see something like that. The UFC tried to fucking buff up his record before he came into the UFC. But do I believe it? Not necessarily. I don't know how this got slipped through the cracks. I got no idea how it slipped through the cracks. That's the main question, though. How did this slip through the cracks? Space Kid says, hi, what's poppin', Space Kid? AD says, what's up, Jacob and crew? Happy New Year, everyone. Jacob, I missed the streams the last few days. Damn, AD Kid. What's poppin', homie? Good to see you back in here. Shout out to you. I hope your New Year's been good so far. We've had like multiple New Year's, I feel like, because New Year's was what, last Wednesday? So then Thursday was the first day of the new year. But then it seemed like everybody took a vacation style thing. I didn't, but it seems like everybody took a vacation style thing for the remainder of the week because I was hitting the gym. The gym was fucking empty. You feel me? But starting Monday, everybody took their New Year's resolutions to heart. So Thursday was like the first officially, but Monday was also kind of the first as well, if you guys feel me. So anyway, I hope everybody's off to a great start to their new year. That's what I'm getting to. Whether you started on Thursday or Monday. But I won't blame you if you started on Monday. Maybe I will a little bit. Because you should have started on Thursday. But if you had some plans, shit, it's all good. Oh, I just wanted to go over some of the comments on my post just to see what everybody thinks of the matter. So someone's saying Tapology not making sense here. Tough records don't count. His pro record will still be 19-0. I mean, the guy just stated, Tapology just stated it. So homie's just coming in here with some like old news now. But it's the most popular comment, 46 likes. I mean, we'll see. That's a great question, actually. What will his record be when he fights next in the UFC? Will it be undefeated? I mean, I think the UFC got to honor that. The UFC got to honor that, right? Not that he's still undefeated. If Tapology changes it to 19, or if Tapology changes it to, oh my God. That's a tongue twister. If Tapology changes it to 20-1, then you got to honor that. Tapology isn't just some like side note in MMA. This is the official record keeper. I feel like it's got to be honored. But we'll see. We'll see. 2-round pro fight, crying, laughing. Oh, I told Gravy, go ahead and swipe to the next slide because it's like, bro, come on now. You didn't read it or what? Or you just completely ignored it. But yeah, it looks like people are thinking. Look at this person. He tagged me and he goes, check the UFC's record for more. Oh my God. Check the UFC's record for Morales before we go crazy. Protein shake. I mean, so people are hopeful that Michael Morales is still going to be 19-0 according to the UFC. I don't think that's how it works, though. I do not think that's how it works. Rhett knows. What up, Rhett knows? You're saying he's undefeated. Did I see Kai Trump on Logan Paul's pod? No, I didn't. Who's Kai Trump? I didn't know Trump had a son named Kai. Rhett also says, reminds me of Akar Moziev's story. If you don't know it, you should look it up. Okay, I will. Otto's telling us he got a great start to the new year. He was training today, some no-gi, got a couple rolls. My man Otto. Good shit, Otto. You're off to a good start, homie. Keep up the good work, Otto. What was I gonna say here? There's a comment here. Oh, Akar Mozariv. Okay. Askar. Oh, I know this guy. Yeah, I know this guy. Complete fraud. Complete fraud. This isn't as bad as that. This dude's a complete fraud. He was like having guys step in the octagon and take losses against him, if I'm not mistaken. He also had fights scrubbed and shit like that. Yeah, I'm familiar with this guy's story. Okay, but what I wanted to look at real quick was Michael Morales, or let me just go to Tapology. That actual reality TV show, we might as well watch it. It's in Ecuadorian, but fuck it, why not? Okay, so Tapology is actually making a bunch of responses here. Let's read it all. So Tapology says some perspective for people to consider on a few different areas that are being discussed in the replies. First, there is no true official record for a fighter. There are different databases that attempt to track and classify fights. Tapology is one of them. Okay, so maybe there's a chance he could still be undefeated. That is why we refer to it as his Tapology record. For our record-keeping purposes, we consider him 20-1. Sheerdog UFC, Combat Registry, ESPN, and others can and will make their own choices. Interesting. For those saying the fight was only 2 rounds, so certainly should not count as pro, 2 5-minute rounds is a widely used round structure around the world. It's not disqualifying whatsoever. We have 30,768 pro MMA fights in our database that are 2 5-minute rounds. Okay, so that's been debunked. Just because it's a 2-round fight doesn't mean it doesn't have to be considered pro, because over 30,000 fights that are considered pro were 2-rounders on Tapology. So he's not the only one. He's not being treated special here. For those saying it should be exhibition, we generally reject almost all requests by leagues, fighters, associations, and other organizations to classify fights as exhibition. It is a term that is abused, inconsistently defined, and to us increasingly meaningless. What matters to us, especially in international jurisdictions where there is limited or no oversight, is whether it was a hard-fought, true competition with pro equipment and pro rules. If so, we count the fights. There have been many leagues that have held reality-style shows where we have classified them as regular professional fights over the objections of some of the participants. Ultimate Pelea in Ecuador is not an outlier. This is our normal classification. See what I mean? I tried to kind of explain that to you guys. It's not like they're bending rules for Michael Morales. They're the same rules they've applied to everybody else. They're just applying to Michael Morales. Morales squeaked it through the system. You feel me? Okay, now the Morales loss can be viewed here. So let's take a look at it. Ecuadorian LMAO. Shit, who knows what it's called? It's right around here. Oh, Red Nose was just adding some context saying Askar Mozarov had like a fixed record and made it to the UFC with them knowing. Damn, he made it to the UFC with them knowing? That's crazy. Tapology saw the dress video. James, we just went over MMA Joey's tweet. We just went over it. Shout out to James. Tyler Betts. What's poppin', Tyler Betts?
El primer round que se lo den a Alejandro, está mal. Y ¿sabes qué? Ninguno del equipo rojo me reclama porque sabe que...
By the way, everybody like the stream right now. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. But run up the likes on the stream. And here is perfect timing pausing it because that's Michael Morales right there. 17-year-old Michael.
Estoy hablando la verdad, yo reclamo. Estoy hablando aquí. Ninguno de ellos reclama. Porque sabes que estoy hablando la verdad. El primer salto que se lo den a Alejandro. No, es que no es así, bro. Las cosas son legales. Las cosas son legales.
Oye, tranquilo, tranquilo.
No, a mí no me gusta esperar así. Esa hueá está...
Oye, escucha. Viene a la báscula Michael, la tempestad.
Straight, I was just gonna say Owen saying, oh, he's so cute. Fucking straight baby face, bro. Straight baby face. It's crazy. This was only 9 years ago, but he's like grown up a shit ton. I feel like when you're 17, you know, you don't look like this baby faced. Homie might have been even lying about his age when he was on here. Who knows? Probably not. I'm just joking.
Michael Morales, 76 kilogramos con 800 gramos, peso aprobado.
Anyone know what weight that is? Does anyone speak that language or know what weight that is? I'm dying to know. We could actually look it up on his Tapology now.
¿Y quién más para finalizar estas guerras que Ricardo el Preto Centeno?
Ricardo Centeno, 77 kilos, 500 gramos, peso aprobado. Vamos, muchachos.
Bro wasn't even fully he was still growing. Cause like I don't know. Okay, but play it slow. I'll look it up on Tapology, Owen, but follow my logic here, right? I'm thinking that this is a lighter weight class, probably around 155 for Morales. I'm thinking this is around 155 for him. Now he competes at 170. So when he was 17, probably was 155. But we all know he's like 6'2" now. And, you know, he's pretty close in height to this lightweight. If I'm right about my theory that this fight is being contested at lightweight. But, like, I'm almost thinking Michael Morales was like 6 foot here. He hadn't even grown to 6'2" yet. Kind of crazy. Just wild to think about. Like, homie wasn't even fully grown, and this fight is going on his pro record. I mean, it's the rule. I'm just pointing out some things. Yes, this is the fight where Michael loses, Prime. What up, Prime? Owen saying it was contested at 170. Okay, all right. I'm going to still double check that, but Owen saying it was contested at 170, that makes a bit more sense. That makes a bit more sense, because if it was at 155, I would have expected him to be towering over his opponent.
Lucha mínimo creo que empecé casi a los 13 años. Empecé a competir en la lucha olímpica. De ahí fui campeón nacional casi a los 16. Lo vi, yo juraba que tenía mínimo 25 años de edad por la corpulencia y la altura y todo. Pusimos a hacer sparring y ahí recién se fue que era luchador cuando me tiró de cabeza como 3 veces. Pues mi mamá y mi papá son practicantes de judo. Ambos fueron seleccionados del Ecuador, estuvieron ahí mismo, en la misma selección cuando salieron los dos. Mami, si no me equivoco, fue...
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm just confirming. I just confirmed on Tapology the fight was contested at 170, so he's always been a welterweight. I just think the difference probably is that he cuts now. He probably cuts weight now. Before he was probably 170 soaking wet. And then C. Pete mentioned Morales is listed at 6 foot. Looks taller though for sure. Yeah, he just seems taller. So my bad on that one, saying he's 6'2". I honestly didn't know. I just figured he was above 6 foot. But yeah, on Tapology, 6 foot with a 79-inch reach is crazy. He got to be at least 6'1", bro. Sean Brady is a short dude, so maybe he just towered over Brady. I don't know. In comparison, that was his last fight. That was the last look we had on him. But yeah, he's 6 foot. 6 foot.
11 veces campeona nacional y mi papá creo que fue 8. Pues cuando lo vi sí me dio un poco de miedo.
Always been a welterweight, Brian. Always.
Al momento de careo también demostraba con la mirada que sabía mucho, era bien fuerte, se lo veía. Pero a lo que entré a la jaula pensé que iba así a temblar de miedo, pero no. Ya vi que al momento de dar el primer golpe se pierde todo el miedo.
Suplex in pools, almost. Almost. Wasn't a full suplex.
Ambos tenemos como objetivo llegar a ser los campeones en este reality de la última pelea.
Ultima Pelea, okay? Not Ecuadorian tough, Ultima Pelea. But if I'm saying that, you boys are definitely not going to understand what the fuck I'm saying.
Este se va. ¿Contra quién quieres pelear?
A ver, qué chévere que me den la opción.
¿Qué foto llegaste del momento? Desde la ficha. Dale, pana, que te haces.
Sí, yo soy ingeniero en diseño gráfico. Yo antes trabajaba en agencias de publicidad. Pero bueno, no se dio, no fue lo mío. Pues tuve que dejarlo y ponerlo en una balanza y decidir o hago de lo que me gusta.
This is homie that fucking hammer fisted him to sleep in that triangle. Did him too dirty. I wonder whatever happened to this guy. I'm actually gonna look on Tapology right now.
Mi vida, que en verdad me apasiona, o seguir obligado en una oficina. Eso es, última pelea 2.
Damn, homie had a 1-5 record at the time. Ricardo Centeno. 1-5 record at the time, but he improved his record to 11-10. He only had 6 fights after Michael Morales. Oh, wait, Michael Morales beat him. He got his lick back. Michael got his lick back. Ah, that's crazy. My bad. I know I'm not showing you guys, but you guys can just hear me. Yeah, Michael Morales got his lick back. 2017, he hammer fisted him to sleep in that triangle choke. 2020, they met inside the ring again, the octagon again, the cage. First round knockout from Morales. But yeah, homie started his career 1-5 before he beat Morales. Retired in 2022 with a pro record of 11-10.
Es lo mío. Pelear fue lo que encontré para vivir. Yo estoy ya de pie 5 de la mañana. Empiezo las clases como de particulares a las 6. Termino la jornada en la mañana a las 9. Voy, desayuno. De ahí ya dirijo al primer entrenamiento. en MMA del Valle, con el equipo, con Maurilio, con Henry Moya, con lo que son del equipo de MMA del Valle. Mi primera pelea de MMA fue en el 2011. Sí, no recuerdo, en el 2011. Hice varias peleas amateur, ahí tuve un récord de 3-1. En el 2012 fue que empecé a pelear profesionalmente con Emma.
¿Cuál es la meta?
Pelear en el UFC.
¿Y cómo lo viste a Ariel como contrincante, como luchador?
Ariel me parece un peleador fuerte en la parte del piso, más no en la parte de pie. Si se queda en la división, es seguro que nos enfrentamos nuevamente, pero si decide ya quedarse en ligeros, ya lo veo muy difícil. Ahí ya está para Maurilio. Qué chucha. Sí, soy casado, vivo con mi esposa, con una Rottweiler.
Time for the moment we've all been waiting for, the scrap.
KO. Esa pelea es KO, no hay más. Sí. Usted no gana por KO.
El antídoto para luchadores siempre es una buena guardia, unos buenos ataques de abajo, y por ahí Ricardo puede hacer eso. Lo que debería hacer en ese sentido es mantenerlos lejos lo máximo, o sea, que siempre que se acerque tenga que pagar con un golpe o algo, y trabajar la guardia desde el piso, tratar de finalizarlo con la espalda en el piso. La lucha siempre es una gran escuela en ese sentido. Es decir, la lucha, por el tipo de deporte que es, el tipo de entrenamiento que tienen, los formatos de competencia que tienen, pero en general son gente muy, muy dura. Creo que la clave que tiene que ser Morales para ganar a Centeno es pegarse a él y derribarlo una y otra vez, no salir, diría, derribarlo, controlar la espalda, apenas se levante, derribarlo otra vez, es decir, quedarse pegado al torso de él entre el pecho y la espalda, no darle chance de nada, creo que es la clave.
¡Vamos! ¡Abracha tu casa! ¡Vamos, Rojo! ¡Rojo, campeón!
Bueno, muchachos, conocen el reglamento, por favor, respételo en todo momento. Cuando yo diga stop.
Damn, my bad. I don't mean to keep pausing it, but the mic was muted, I guess. My bad on that. All I was just saying was I tried to find out homie's age while we've been watching it. It was non-existent on Tapology, but it turns out he was 26 years old at the time that he beat Michael Morales. So it's just good to know. I was curious about it, so now it shows it. 26 years old. And then I also said it's just crazy how he's labeled a striker. Michael's labeled a grappler, but homie ended up submitting him / knocking him out in that triangle. And then the other thing I said was that it looks like his original nickname was Mashallah. So Michael used to go by Mashallah. And then what's poppin', HT? What up, homie? Good to see you in the chat. And then Owen saying Morales was 5'11" at this time. Okay, so I can't read the height, but yeah, Michael Morales apparently was not fully grown yet. He was an inch shorter than what he's listed on Tapology. So my theorizing was correct. Oh, Cuidad is city. Okay, never mind. Never mind. That makes me look like a fucking idiot, but that's okay. Shout out to Owen, my Spanish-speaking person in the chat. All right. Let's continue. My bad on those interruptions before this fight gets started. I did not mean to do that.
Bueno, muchachos, conocen el reglamento, por favor, respételo en todo momento. Cuando yo diga stop, paran, por favor. Listo, choquen guantes que desean, a sus esquinas, mucha suerte.
Va a caer dormido.
Ricardo, ¿está listo? Michael, ¿está listo? Tiempo. Jueces. ¡Luche!
Ya está, ya está. Te dije, abajo y arriba.
He looks ass, bro. Damn, flipped already. Takes him down.
Por arriba. Pasa, pasa, pasa. Vamos a pasar. Posición primero, posición.
Damn, zero awareness.
Tuyo, Preto, tuyo. Coge la pierna. Coge la pierna. Coge la pierna para
contra la reja. Ponlo contra la reja.
Golpéalo, golpéalo.
No hay nada. Ponlo contra la reja.
Here's what I will say. That's a fucking knockout. That's a fucking knockout. That's crazy that Tapology considered that a submission. There's no way he went out that quick, bro. That's a fucking knockout. That's a knockout. That ain't no submission. I mean, yes, he was triangled, but he knocked his ass out before he went to sleep. That's a damn fact. It should be a knockout on his record. If you're just joining the stream, this dude was 1-5 as a pro at the time that he beat Michael. Michael was 1-0. This dude was 1-5.
Justo lo que habíamos conversado, es decir, creo que se uno anuló al otro, que era lo que podía pasar. Me parece que se equivocó mucho Morales. No creo que tenía que... Lo que yo le hubiera dicho como técnico él era trabajar más con un clinch alto, buscar torso con torso, torso con espalda. No eran las piernas, porque sí a meter en un campo en el que no tenía que meterse, que era la guardia en el piso, ¿no es cierto? Y a partir de ahí ya se ve la diferencia técnica, el desconocimiento de un campo en detrimento de uno y para beneficio del otro. Y ahí cierra un triángulo Ricardo, la verdad, muy correctamente se le veía que a Morales que no sabía mucho lo que podía hacer y fue lo que sucedió.
As far as Michael's performance goes, I mean, it was only 36 seconds, but we just got to say it again. Now that the whole thing is over with, he looked absolutely horrific on the feet. Okay, absolutely horrific. And that just goes to show that some of his unrefined striking in the UFC today I mean, he was never that good of a striker to begin with. So, I mean, I guess he's come a long way, but still, in my opinion, he hasn't come far enough. You know, he's 26 years old now. It's been 8 years. He was freshly 18 years old. Like, I'm talking days into being 18 years old, not even a full month yet at the time of this loss. It's been over 8 years. And I mean, his striking's like, okay. But, you know, the thing about Michael, I'm going to say it. And even in this fight, I thought it. Michael relies so much on his attributes more than his technique. That's what I got to say about Michael. He relies more on his attributes than his actual technique. You know, like I said, he looked horrific on the feet. When it went to the ground, he had zero awareness. I don't even know if he knew jiu-jitsu at the time or if all he knew was judo or if how long he had been training jiu-jitsu, but he was like super unaware on the ground. I'm talking zero awareness, just put himself in a triangle, more like found himself in a triangle. And then he tried to power slam out of it. It just shows that he's just relying on his attributes a bit too much, and he still does to this day. And yes, it's going to work for him because he's young, right? And he's a beast. But as time goes on, that's going to fade. I'll give you guys an example. Somebody who didn't really have as much technique, but relied more on his attributes, his toughness, his grit, right? His cardio, his strength even to some degree. Because he was a big lightweight. Tony Ferguson. Look at his fall off. And then look at a guy, contrast that to a guy like Justin Gaethje, right? Contrast that a little bit to a guy like Max Holloway. Guys who don't rely on their attributes, they actually have skills. Michael Morales relies a lot on his attributes, and he's been doing it since day one. He's still doing it to this day. But that's what I got to say about his fight, as far as like a quick breakdown for the 36 seconds that he showed. Damn, he was twerking back then even. Look at this. He was fucking twerking even back then. Look, he was twerking back then. Look. Look. Right here. Right here. Homie was straight twerking.
La reacción posterior de Ricardo creo que estuvo fea. No se ve bien burlarse de un peleador noqueado. Creo que estuvo fea.
I've never seen someone twerk when they get knocked out. This was insane. Oh my goodness gracious, bro. Homie's been twerking since day fucking one. I'm talking since day one, homie been twerking. That's insane. I'm not going to replay it again. 3 times was enough, but that's fucking insane. Homie been twerking since day one. Insanity. He's still my boy, says ZG UFC. All right, so you guys want to know what I think, right? You guys want to know what I think. Is he still undefeated? Is he not undefeated any longer? I'm going to say he's no longer undefeated. He's no longer undefeated. He's not getting singled out here. This is how it goes. There's over 30,000 fights on Tapology that are considered pro that were 2-rounders. All right? Everybody who competed on this show, for example, it's on their pro record. Even the dude he fought. You understand what I'm saying? The dude that he fought, his pro record's been updated too. So, I mean, yeah, Michael Morales is no longer undefeated, and the UFC should honor it. There we go. We're settled. Okay, I didn't even know where I was going to land with that. I was kind of leaning towards maybe Michael being still undefeated, but nah, bro, he's not undefeated. And he's not getting singled out. So anyone thinking he's getting singled out, okay, stop the cope. He ain't being singled out. Everybody on this season of Ultima Pelea, these records have been considered on the, or how do you put it? These records, all their records have been updated, and they're all pro fights. So what, we're just going to single out Michael Morales and not do that to him? That would be singling him out. All the people who competed on this season and the seasons before it and after it, they're all considered pro bouts. All of them. It would be singling out Michael if we didn't fucking count it. So yes, Michael is now 20-1. He was previously 19-0. He's now 20-1.
la reacción.
HT says, Jay always funny, Morales twerking, LOL. Shit, you saw it. You saw, I'm not making that shit up. Morales was straight twerking that booty. That's insane. Especially because he gets called the zesty warrior today. It's absolutely insane, bro. What does Joaquin call him? The booty warrior? The zesty booty warrior? Something like that? That's what I was trying to say. Owen says, yeah, that seems like Morales just being young and terrible. I mean, low-key, he was young and terrible. And he should have refined his skills a bit more up to this point. It's been 8 years, going on 9. How old was Morales during that fight? Days into being 18. Days into it. Like, less than a month being 18, HT. And the guy he fought was 26 years old with a pro record of 1-5. Tyler Betts says Gary probably stands a better chance against Islam than Morales. I would have to agree, Tyler Betts. I would have to agree. Morales, he wins by, like, you know, just being a brute in there. It's not real technical, right? It's not a lot of setups. It's just kind of going at his opponent full steam ahead. And, I mean, the opponent's withered to this point, and it's no knock on him. I mean, it's a slight knock on him. You guys will see as his career plays out. If he doesn't fix these holes he's got, I mean, the next younger, stronger, bigger guy is going to come into the UFC, and he's going to do exactly what Michael Morales has been doing to everybody else. He's going to do that to him. Same thing with Tony Ferguson. Same thing with Tony Ferguson. ZG says it again. He's still my boy. Clubbing shots that aren't accurate. Yeah, exactly. Lord of the Pies. You know what fucking Michael Morales does. But when he catches you, he stuns his opponents and knocks them out. I mean, it's worked up to this point. I just want to see if there's anything else after this.
Posterior de Ricardo creo que estuvo fea. No se ve bien burlarse de un peleador noqueado. Creo que es una bajeza que no está bien hacer eso. Y no sé qué pasó atrás de cámaras tampoco para que reaccionó así. No me pareció una reacción correcta. Y también amenazar al entrenador de otro equipo y todo. Sobre todo teniendo en cuenta que ya perdió contra él. O sea, él debería pedir una pelea, no amenazar ni suplicar una pelea. Creo que se ve feo. Tratar de esa manera a un peleador que ya te venció. Entonces, creo que no sé qué pasó ahí, ¿no? Pero creo que fue un punto en contra.
Here's the aftermath. Let's see.
Tranquilo, está bien.
Ganador.
Michael was not happy.
Knockout. Ricardo Esquina Roja.
I mean, rightfully so. And I'm also say it, homie celebrated a bit too much. I don't know what was going in behind this fight, but homie was celebrating like there was a beef. Yo, what the hell? Where did my camera go? Hold on. Yo, nobody told me my camera got fucked up. How long's my camera been fucked up for? Hold on, boys. My bad. My camera got fucked up. I'll just fix it while the video's playing. had no clue that the camera did that. I had no clue. But at least it was only 2 minutes. Shout out to Lord of the Pies. Okay, so that's that whole thing. And yeah, I don't think Michael Morales is undefeated. 20-1 from 19-0 is the fair record. That's the correct record. And the UFC should honor it. The UFC should definitely honor it. Now could be a time to debate if you boys want to debate me on it. But it looks like most of you guys do agree, because 61% of the votes in the chat said not undefeated anymore. He not undefeated anymore. He not undefeated anymore. Owen is saying might be celebrating a lot because first time he won a fight in a while. That makes sense, Owen. I could believe that. I could definitely believe that. I mean, homie was 1-5 after all going into that fight. Space Kid says, I dead thought you just put it in full screen for us. And then Owen says, I thought you were showing us like the full video. LOL. Shit, I might as well been. That's what it was, boys. Don't even listen to me. That's exactly what I was doing. And then Lord of the Pies giving me the update. The camera has been down for about 2 minutes. I thought you were taking a piss. No, I was right here. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I don't think it ended up being an issue. So no worries. I'm not stressing. I was just shocked that it's been like that. But anyway, I guess we could just take down this poll now, unless people want to keep voting on it. But the next thing I wanted to discuss was this whole Yuri Prochazka narrative, right? I mean, everybody was in the chat yesterday. They were saying how Yuri Prochazka versus Carlos Ulberg is booked. And I was telling you guys, not officially, it's not booked, right? Damn, we got some more news to react to for this topic. But to finish my thought, Yuri Prochazka came out today and he said, yeah, it's not officially booked. Me versus Ulberg's not officially booked. I've accepted, right? But I haven't heard anything back on Ulberg's end. And I would like to fight before my baby comes in April. We're expecting. And in my opinion, bro, Ulberg finna duck that fucking fight. Yuri Prochazka just gave him the golden excuse to duck that fight. And I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna do it right now. I quote tweeted it. This is the post. Yuri says, I want to fight by the end of March because in April is time for the baby. He says a fight between him and Carlos Ulberg is in negotiations, but is not confirmed. And I wrote, quote tweeted the post, and I said, damn, Yuri should have never revealed he's trying to fight before his baby comes in April. Carlos gonna duck him again. Because if you guys don't remember, I keep receipts now. I keep receipts. Carlos Ulberg ducked Jir Prochazka, turned his ass down for his last fight. Let's get official with it. Carlos Ulberg turned down Jir Prochazka for this September 27th date in Perth, right? In Perth. For the September 27th date in Perth. And if you guys don't know or don't remember, I'm here for the receipts. Okay, this is the story. Ulberg was originally offered Jir Prochazka for the main event of this card. Ulberg essentially turned it, call it what you want. I'm going to give you two options. He either turned it down or he did ask, this is the truth now, he asked to move the date back. He said he had an injury or something like that, and he apparently asked to move the fight back a date. But then when the UFC came back and offered him Dominic Reyes, he said yes, essentially. Something along those lines. Or it was along the lines of like, you know what? I think I made a post about it, to be honest with you. I think I did make a post about it. No, I'm trying to go to my profile. Oh, search my profile. I know I made a post about this. No, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm determined. Now you guys are gonna have to stick with me, and I still got to go back to that Sherdog topic because Sherdog is not changing the result. But I don't care. This has to take precedent right now. Damn, this happened so long ago too. It's gonna be annoying to find. September 27th, right? So it's not too long ago. Because he did the interview after this, September 27th. Okay, keep looking. This is from 8 weeks ago. No, we're going to get this right, though. I'm feeling like it's going to be around here somewhere. I need to like I need to look at the streams I did to see what dates these are. 1 second. October 9th. So it's past this. This is low-key infuriating me right now. I think I've gone too far. When was Noche UFC? September 13th. Yeah, I went a bit too far. Okay, here's the fight. Yuri Prochazka reveals Carlos Ulberg turned down the fight against him at UFC Perth. Okay. I really don't care what Ulberg wants. I want to right now to go through Khalil and go for the title. That's all I can say. Ulberg already had the chance to face me, and I wanted to go to Australia to fight him, and he declined. So what can I say? Right now, biggest challenge is every time to be the champion, every time to be a champion, and then you can watch the others. What is the next challenge? I see one of the guy who will win this weekend. And he was talking about Alex versus Ankalaev. But then Ulberg did a Helwani interview. Damn, did I really not post it? That's insane. That's insane. We're gonna get it. Nah, I don't give a fuck. We're gonna find it. And I gotta bookmark these just in case I don't get to read them. Okay. Here it is. Here's the full video. Now, I mean, at this point, I feel like everybody's confused as to why I've been pulling this video up, so let me refresh you. I'm saying that Yuri Prochazka should not have revealed and told the public that he's looking to fight before April because his baby's coming, because Carlos Ulberg is going to use that as an excuse to turn him down again. And why do I say again? Because here Ulberg is admitting to turning down Yuri Prochazka for the September 27th date at UFC Perth last year, and then later on accepting a fight on that same date against Dominic Reyes. Why did he deny the fight against Yuri Prochazka? Apparently he had an injury. And then he decided, oh, let me accept the fight against Dominic Reyes because he an easier lick, and I think I got a better chance of winning. But he didn't want to take that same risk with Yuri. Come on now. Come on now. That's some tomfoolery if I ever fucking heard it. Seriously, honestly. Now let's watch it.
Okay, so if we can move in chronological order, obviously you had the big win a week prior. Can we clear up one thing regarding Yuri? Yuri says that he was offered to fight you in Perth, and he's claiming you turned it down. And I think your team has a different side of the story, because I did hear from Ash about this, but I wanted to ask you your side. What happened there?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as Yuri had put it, where I was trying to avoid him or denied the fight. It was, I pushed it because I had an injury, and I didn't expect UFC to tell him that, which was all good. I had an injury, and
so that's what it was. He wanted to push the date. So this is exactly what happened. I'm remembering it now. He asked the UFC. He basically turned it down. He said he had an injury, and if they wanted that fight, they got to push it back a little bit. But Yuri Prochazka, again, he's very specific on his timelines. Right now, it's fighting before the baby comes, because once the baby comes, he's going to be busy. Before that, he was looking to fight around a certain timeline to be on the same timeline to return after the fight as Alex Pereira or Magomed Ankalaev, because there was an upcoming title fight, right? UFC 320, Pereira versus Ankalaev. It took place the week after UFC Perth on September 27th. So that's the time frame Yuri was looking to fight around, within that month frame, because he wants to be able to turn around and be on the same timeline to return as the winner of that fight. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So he was very specific. So when Ulberg turned down the fight against Yuri at UFC Perth on September 27th, Yuri said, bro, I'm not going to fucking push back my date. I want to get a win and be on the same timeline to return as the winner of Ankalaev versus Pereira 2. So they booked him a fight on the same card as Ankalaev versus Pereira 2, Yuri Prochazka versus Khalil Roundtree, right? And then, boom, lo and behold, Carlos Ulberg pops back out, accepts a fight against fucking Dominic Reyes at UFC Perth. It's just crazy work, but listen to the full clip now that I gave you, the hindsight and the context.
I asked if we could push it back to November, because that'll give me enough time to rehab my injury and get back and be able to go back to the drawing board, start from the ground up again. Considering it was a dangerous fight against someone where I didn't really need to, I'm trying to look to go forward. In the end,
considering it was a dangerous fight against someone who is what, bro? Turned it down because it's a dangerous fight, but accepted Dominic Reyes. I'm gonna say it one last time.
especially coming off an 8-fight win streak at the time. You want to be going forward. So we had to do a lot of thinking before.
Yuri's ranked above him. Yuri's ranked above Ulberg. Dominic Reyes was ranked lower than fucking Yuri. So how are you trying to move forward by turning down Yuri and accepting Dominic Reyes?
We took that fight, and yeah, we wanted to push that fight with Yuri to November. He didn't want to. He didn't take that, so he wanted to fight earlier so that he could be in line for this title fight between Uncle Live and Pereira. Yeah, so I we as a team had to think about it, and it being such a big fight on this side of the world, and the fact that it was such a
Homie is struggling to cap this off, to put a bow tie on this fucking horrendous expose that he just did on himself.
such a big risk fighting Reyes on a 3-fight KO win streak. And
spinning. I'm in court now. Objection, Your Honor. Spinning, Your Honor. Objection.
Yeah, I thought that this would definitely be a key moment for us. We had to rise to the occasion.
He's actually saying that he's trying to spin the narrative that he turned down Yuri because Yuri wasn't on his level for some stupid ass reason, because Yuri was above him in the rankings. Yuri's a former champion. But he's trying to spin the narrative that he's the A side, that he turned down Yuri because he's not like a big enough name, whatever the fuck he's thinking in his head. But then he accepted the fight against Dominic because that was such an opportunity he couldn't turn down. A guy on a 3-fight KO streak, a guy ranked below him and shit like that. Goofy ass shit. Makes no sense. So yeah, I mean, now I think we all know that Carlos Ulberg is scary of Jir Prochazka. And I find this funny because I believe it was HT and I believe it was Owen last night in the chat telling me they think Carlos Ulberg is going to beat Yuri. And I mean, I think Ulberg's scary of Yuri. Yuri just put it out there. He wants to fight before April. Watch Ulberg not make the fight happen. Watch Ulberg not make the fight happen. Even though you guys believe in Ulberg, Ulberg doesn't even believe in himself.
Okay, so if we can move in chronology.
Isn't that crazy? You guys believe in Ulberg to beat Yuri. Ulberg's doing everything he possibly can to fucking avoid that fight. Everything. Now let's get the official Jir Prochazka Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get it off Champ Rounds or nothing. Let's go straight to the source. Jir Prochazka, and hear what Yuri got to say. I mean, with all that, we did all that. We still haven't even listened to what Yuri had to say today. But here we go. We're getting to it. Better be on here. I think it's on his stories. Yep, here it is. 1 second. Okay, let's just go back one. Here's Yuri speaking on the rumored, booked fight.
Hello everyone, just quickly, all these informations on the internet about me and Ulberg is not true because the fight is not confirmed yet. It's still in negotiating, and just for me, I can say I want to fight till the end of March because in April is the time for baby. So this is the only one thing what I can say, and that I want to fight for title. This is it. Believe the official messages from UFC, and God bless, stay strong. Let's go for that.
The most intense man in the light heavyweight division at the very least, potentially in the entire UFC. But Yuri made a post yesterday. We might as well kind of cover it in its entirety. Yuri made a post yesterday kind of addressing the rumors too, but he was beating around the bush a little bit. Today was a lot more specific. But yesterday, he said, I don't care who, 2 days ago, January 4th. I don't care who, but my stand is still the same. Now I believe I am in position to fight for the belt. So Yuri really wants that belt, man. I mean, Yuri really wants to fight for that title. Where he at right now? Where he at right now? Let's try to campaign for a guy like Yuri. Let's see where he at. He 33, coming off knockout wins over Jamal Hill, Khalil Roundtree Jr. You know, he does have the 2 losses to Pereira. But if Pereira moves up or something like that, that opens up 2 spots to fight for the vacant title at 205. I think Jir Prochazka definitely going to be one of the 2. The big question is, should he be a number 1 contender? Well, I'm pulling up UFC.com right now to look at the rankings. Who's ranked above him? Jir Prochazka tied at number 1 with Magomed Ankalaev. Ulberg at number 3. And Dominic Reyes all the way down there at number 9. So do you guys see what my point is? Ulberg ducked a guy ranked above him at the time to fight fucking Dominic Reyes, a guy ranked below him, and he's trying to spin a narrative that it was the exact opposite of what I just said. He would try to sell you an idea and make you believe that he fought the higher ranked guy in Dominic Reyes and turned down Yuri because he's like a no-name, lower ranked guy or some weird ass shit. I can't even make sense of it. But Ulberg's number 3, Yuri's number 1. Magomed just lost to Alex, first round knockout. I mean, Yuri could be next for the title. Yuri and Ulberg could potentially be fighting for the vacant title if Alex decides to move up. But I mean, honestly, it's 50-50, boys. It's 50-50. The UFC has precedent to mix up that title fight with Alex Pereira and throw Carlos Ulberg in there. Yuri had 2 chances already. He lost them both. He is on a 2-fight win streak, but Carlos Ulberg, I believe, is on an 8-fight win streak, or probably a 9-fight win streak right now, right? So there's precedence for both, to be honest with you. It's a 50-50. It's just simply a 50-50. 9-fight win streak. 3, 6, 9. Right? Versus a 2-fight win streak. I mean, yes, he's ranked above Ulberg in Prochazka, but he's lost to the fucking Pereira twice already. Pereira just captured the title back from Magomed Ankalaev after losing it in, I think, like January of last year or something like that. So that's this whole story. That's this whole topic. We just went over it. There you boys go. I even gave you the backstory, like the way backstory, because we be pulling up receipts. That's what we do here. We pull up the receipts. We bring all the facts. We don't just talk some bullshit. We got facts. We got the receipts, okay? And yes, Carlos Ulberg is low-key ducking Alex, bro. Ulberg low-key ducking, not Alex, but Ulberg low-key ducking Yuri. And, I mean, someone disagree with me. I'm licking my chops waiting for someone to disagree with me. Owen, are we going to fucking argue for the 3rd night in the row, homie? What's the deal? And then what up, Miata boy? Miata boy's in the chat now. What's popping, homie? Gargoyle. What up, Gargoyle? Owen says, Carlos pisses me the fuck off. Hopefully Yuri can pull off the win. Oh, okay, so Owen does have a little something to say. So Owen, although he rocks with Carlos, although he's picking Carlos to beat Yuri, Carlos pisses him the fuck off. That's hilarious. And I think you were telling me you like Yuri, but you just think that Carlos is going to beat him because of the technicalities, which I can see the argument. But Yuri's another one where he's like a Tony Ferguson fall off just waiting to happen. He relies too much on his toughness and his attributes, right? Not enough on skill. Not enough on skill. Skills pay the bills. Always remember that. Never forget it. Skills pay the bills. And although right now Yuri, how do I say this? Although right now Yuri, he kind of isn't the most technically skilled guy out there. He was losing to Khalil until he wasn't. Right now Yuri's still young enough. He's not over the hill yet, and his fucking attributes can still get him through. They can still get him through. For how long? I don't know. Maybe another 2 years. He's one more bad knockout away from just being like a Tony Ferguson. Mark my words. And it's no offense to him, but it's to your guys' point that, yeah, he's not the most skilled, but he gets wins because he relies heavily on his attributes, i.e. Michael Morales, Tony Ferguson. You know, the list goes on with some of these guys. Their toughness, right? You guys should know what I'm saying. Gargoyle says Jan Blachowicz should be 3. I mean, he was out for a minute, Gargoyle, and he just fought to a draw, so I'm okay with Ulberg being at 3. He on a 9-fight win streak, just knocked out Dominic Reyes. I'm okay with it. HT says, I don't think Ulberg will refuse a title against Yuri in April if Pereira vacates. Yeah, I mean, if it's for a title, HT, that might be the only way, though, to get Ulberg in there against Yuri. That might be the only way. But, I mean, we got to get some answers for Alex, too, don't we? Like, let's get some answers going with that. Alex, you stand at 205, you defending, or you vacating, homie? Defend or vacate, because we got a title fight to book for Jir Prochazka or Carlos Ulberg. I mean, no more contender fights for them, in my opinion. Give one of them the title fight. I don't like that they're trying to book Yuri versus Ulberg without making it for the title. But they're just trying to really solidify, what I would imagine is they're trying to really solidify the true #1 contender, because they agree with me that there's basically 2, and it's a 50-50 who you can give it to. Equal precedence, different arguments. So, but if fucking Carlos ducks this, bro, before April, then give Yuri the title shot. That's what I'll say. If Carlos ducks this and he doesn't accept the fight against Yuri before April so that Yuri can have a fucking peaceful birth, then give Yuri the fucking title shot. But then I guess Yuri's going to be out for a minute, right? This is how it's going to fucking work. Yuri's going to be out for a minute, so Carlos Ulberg is going to go ahead and get thrown into the opportunity to fight a Pereira if Pereira decides to defend. Or Ulberg going to fuck himself over if Pereira decides to vacate, because now the UFC is going to force Ulberg to wait for Yuri to return. Now, they might make Yuri return a bit sooner than he wants after that baby, if that's the case, but I'm sure Yuri would have no problem doing it if it's for the belt. He would have no problem doing it if it's for the belt. I think Jan versus Magomed would be a great fight now. I mean, yeah, they fought to a draw as well, didn't they? Let's have them run it back. Jan Blachowicz versus Magomed Ankalaev. I think Magomed's going to win it this time around, but why not run it back? I'm all for it. Okay, and I think one of the last things we can discuss on the day, well, actually, we got a couple more things to discuss. Bryce Mitchell, speaking of Michael Morales, and look, let's get to the bookmarks real quick, and then I'll get to Bryce Mitchell. But I just wanted to read a couple of these. SureDog confirms it will not be changing the record of Michael Morales. He will remain undefeated on their platform. The question is, what will UFC do? Now, you guys know where I stand with this. I think Michael Morales is no longer undefeated. I agree with Tapology, and I think the UFC should do the same thing. Because low-key, the UFC honors Tapology's ranking system over SureDog. So, again, SureDog's the one singling out here by choosing not to acknowledge it because it takes away Michael Morales' undefeated record. But there's over 30,000 fights on Tapology with 2 rounders that are considered pro fights. I mean, come on now. What are we doing? What are we doing? If the UFC doesn't count it for Michael Morales, let me put it like this. If the UFC doesn't count it for Michael Morales, that's not consistent because they've counted it for other fighters. Michael Morales is not being singled out. I'm going to say it one last time. Michael Morales is not being singled out. By not honoring the fact that he's actually 20-1, you're actually singling him out that way if you don't choose to honor it. You're giving him special treatment if you don't choose to honor it. That's my opinion. That's where I stand on it. John Morgan says, he quote tweeted somebody saying, when Bruce Buffer says his record is still going to be undefeated, right? John Morgan goes, absolutely. That will still be his official record according to the ABC. So easy call for UFC. Interesting. Interesting. Rodrigo Del Campo says, unfair. Michael Morales lost a second round fight. lost a 2-round fight in a reality show when he was 18. That fight has always been thought of as an exhibition, and the show clearly uses tough format. There was not a full commission then, barely one now. This ignores the precarious nature of Latin American MMA. I mean, that's a decent argument as far as there being no commission. If it wasn't a sanctioned fight, that is, that could be something. But I'm going to stand on what I said. Until further notice. I could change my opinion, but I'm going to stand on that until further notice. I think that's the right call. And again, ABC, I'd be curious to know, how consistent is the ABC's record keeping with Tapology? If everything else is the same and the only difference is with Michael Morales, I mean, ABC's the one that's not keeping it a buck. Tapology is just keeping it consistent. But I don't know. The whole commission argument, I'd be willing to listen to a couple more arguments about that. Because if it's not a sanctioned pro fight, you might not want to count it. But maybe Tapology has been making a crazy mistake all this time and doesn't want to fix it, right? They'd rather fix like one season of a show or however many seasons that show had and just add that all up versus take off those 30,000 fights that are 2-rounders that they consider pro. I don't know. I'm just getting in the weeds now. It's getting a bit confusing, but I'm just talking. Miata Boy says Ulberg fights to a beat. He throws a combo, then they throw a combo. Yuri is off beat, and Ulberg tries to land big power shots, mainly his right hook. So Ulberg won't be able to fight on Jir Prochazka's beat. That's what you're saying. Yuri's going to throw him off with his unorthodox timing. Dominic is potentially one win away from a title shot. He's arguably right there. He's arguably right there for that title shot. Oh, okay. So Bryce Mitchell reacted to Michael Morales wearing a dress and makeup. I mean, today is the Michael Morales show.
I did also set up a satellite so I can watch TV from the shop now. I'm going to see what's on. I'll be right back. I did also set up a satellite so I can watch TV from the shop now. I'm going to see what's on. I'll be right back.
There it is. No more satellite for Bryce Mitchell. They gate out TV for him. Michael Morales gate out TV for Bryce. Check it off the list. Another thing Bryce Mitchell can't fucking enjoy anymore because it's been gate out. First his website, now this. What's it going to be next? Well, first it was the Karate Combat fight poster, right? Then it was his website. Now it's this. I mean, they're gaying out everything. Bryce is going to have no more things to enjoy by the time 2027 comes around. That's what I'll say. Everything going to get gayed out by then, according to Bryce. All right, so we're on to the last topic of the day. But everybody, like the stream if you haven't liked it already. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I mean, we are providing entertainment during this desolate 3-week dry spell. We got 18 days remaining, I think. Yeah, about 18 days until UFC 324. So I can't wait for that. But for the meantime, like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed. We're going live pretty much every day. I mean, every day. If I don't go live, it's an anomaly. But I'm not going to make a promise because during this dry spell, if there's really nothing to talk about, I'm not going to force it. That's what I've come to the conclusion of. If there's nothing to talk about, I'm not going to force it. But I will definitely not miss 2 days in a row. I might miss one day, but I'm going to force it if it's 2 days with no news. I'm going to force it. So one more time, like and subscribe, boys. Like and subscribe. Let me pull up McGregor calling out Floyd Mayweather to fight in MMA. And then we will, that'll send us off. I thought Bryce doesn't believe in satellites. I mean, that would be something he doesn't believe in. That would make sense. Maybe he's just trolling Michael Morales. I have no idea. It's definitely a troll. Oh, Connor. Shout out to Eric though. He not on the Cupcake YouTube channel. He on the Eric channel. Shout out to Eric. What up, homie? Only people who were in the stream last night know what I'm talking about. But he was signed in as fucking Cupcake yesterday. Okay. Here's Conor reposting the time Floyd tried to flex on him and it completely backfired. I guess we could watch this, but here's the caption. Floyd Mayweather, when are you ready for that promised MMA bout? I am here. The White House is nice in the summer, I heard. Just kidding, Mike. Although I could fight both the same night. Floyd MMA, easy, 10 seconds. So McGregor saying, just kidding, Michael Chandler. I'm still going to fight you. But shit, I could fight both you and Floyd in the same night if I wanted to. Give me Floyd first. So yeah, essentially, Conor just called out Floyd to fight at UFC White House on June 14th. Although I think we all know it's going to be probably Michael Chandler. But he's just shooting his shot. But here's the old clip of Floyd trying to flex on Conor and it backfiring. Acting like he got a backpack full of money and he only had a few stacks in there. Just some old cinema. If you guys don't remember this, my bad. Screen is still black, my bad. But if you guys don't remember this fight promo, damn, you missed out on something good.
I'm the motherfucker that can't read. Bitch, I do numbers. I make money. You know my middle name, bitch. You own money. P-Dot, grab me one. Let me see what it look like. See if this bitch want to bet this. Do what you're told, bitch. Do what you're told, bitch. I'm 40, but I look 20. And you act 10. Shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth. They want you off this stage. Where's your turn? You're balancing yourself up there. There's about that's it. That's it. There's about $5,000 in here. There's about $5,000 in here. Fuck me. They said I'm the motherfucker that can't read.
Okay, I'll actually show you guys a couple more things. Adam 22 was seen on the pads recently. So as Adam's training for his upcoming fight, there's some footage of him training. Let's look at it. How's Adam 22 looking ahead of his fight against Jason Love, the dude who cracked his chick? Okay, I'm just going to have to go back to Instagram. 1 second. All right, here's Adam on the pads. Training for his fight with Jason Love on, what is it? January 23rd?
That's it. Adam 22 is working very hard for his mega fight January 23 against Jason Love. Jason Love.
I swear to God, this is the type of training that 90% of UFC fighters won't do. I feel like 90% of UFC fighters don't step in a boxing gym and learn actual boxing. Call me crazy. But I swear they just go into these MMA gyms and learn this like shit-ass MMA striking or something like that.
Was a person that slept with Adam's wife, laying at a plug, and now he's working hard with David Kaminsky at Kaminsky Boxing, getting ready for this fight. No shortcuts, putting in the work, doing the leg work, and it's going to be a fight that's already getting attention worldwide. People are tuning in. People are excited for this one, and let's see who comes out on top. So check out some of the action from today from the gym, and here you have Adam 22 working. Adam, fair to say you're a lover, not a fighter?
No, I'm a good mix of both, man.
Okay.
You ask my wife, she'll tell you. I'm a great lover and a warrior when it comes down to it, you know? This was my first time doing it for the camera, you know? Did most of my fighting in the streets of Boston back in the day, man. think all those hardcore shows I went to as a kid in the mosh pit, I think that trained me pretty good for this moment, you know?
But boxing's not easy for anybody. It's not easy. There's a lot of details, a lot of the breathing, the stance.
We got a pretty simple game plan. You know, he told me, he's like, I ain't gonna try to teach you the uppercut because you only got a little bit of time. We're not gonna be able to get into anything too exciting. Just focus on the regular shit, the basic shit. His dad gave me a 10-minute lecture about the jab last night. Just jab, jab, jab. The power of that jab.
He's right.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite fighters when you grew up? Did you like any of them? Did you meet any of them?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Throughout my life, I've really been more of a UFC fan than a boxing fan, but...
Yeah, for the record, if you guys don't know, Adam's a big UFC fan. Like a big UFC fan. Like a closeted UFC fan almost. He doesn't hide it. He talks about it, but like... Nah, Adam's definitely like a UFC head, if you will. He really fucks with the UFC.
I respect it, you know. I watched it a bunch over the years, but it's kind of new to me. I'm like rewatching all the fights I've seen over the years with different eyes at this point, you know.
Who's inspired you?
Who has inspired me? You know what I want to do? I want to win. I'm a big Fedor fan. I want to win, and I want to just do nothing. Just maybe put my hand up a little bit. That's it. Just keep it super player, super chill.
Humble. Been there before.
I love that. That would be the coolest shit in the world.
Emelianenko.
Huh?
Emelianenko, Fedor Emelianenko.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like,
never lost really, ever, except his last one.
He would go a little bit like that. Maybe put the hand up for a second, but that's about it. That's badass.
You know what's crazy? You went crazy viral
when
Jason was with your wife.
Right.
How did you handle all that, the feedback?
Honestly, I've been in the public eye for a long time. It don't really get to me, you know. When I decided to let her work with other guys, after many years of me working with other women, I knew I was going to take some heat. Was it more than I expected? Yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, I was built for this.
Last thing, your podcast is fire, Joe Rogan podcast guy. After you win this fight, would you love to fight Joe Rogan?
Wow, man.
That's a crazy one.
That's a crazy one.
I don't know.
You think you're going to be able to get up to heavyweight? Or is he already?
Adam 22 versus Joe Rogan would be insane, boys. That would be fucking insane. I feel like Joe Rogan wouldn't dabble with Adam 22, but I mean, shit. I like it. No, I'd like to see Adam fight like an actual rapper. Maybe some rapper who's talked shit to him before on his podcast. I mean, there's an infinite number of those fucking guys he could fight.
He probably is a heavyweight. He has kicks, but he has no hands. I think he'll be okay. Yeah, he could kick.
Adam like 6'4", like 260, 250, 240, something like that. He's 6'4", 240. That's what I'll say he is. But he's a big dude.
Man.
And he's older. He's way older.
Yeah, he's like 53 or something. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to sanction that one, but yeah, if Joe Rogan wants to step in the square circle, even just saying that, it sounds kind of unlikely. But yeah, why not? Yeah, let's do it, man.
Let's go.
Straight suicides, kinda. He runs like a fucking the most uncoordinated guy I ever seen. Whack 100.
Man, the 22s are gonna show up. I think the first round, by the end of the first round, Adam's gonna get a good shot in. Second round, dude's gonna be a little frustrated. He's gonna come out throwing fury. Adam gonna have to run from him a little bit. Third round, I think Adam gonna punch on him.
You have a lot of experience fighting. What advice do you have for Adam? Because he's never really fought like organized.
Get his win right, think smart, and anticipate the punch that's coming. Long as he can stay out of dude's way and fight his fight, he's gonna be all right.
This is a mega fight.
Yeah, because Jason's gonna try to box him, man. He's gonna try to corner him. Adam gotta slip out of that. You know, when he corners him, he got to act like the scariest white boy he ever been. And he got to run.
He looked good today.
The 22-ster.
The 22-ster.
Russians, man.
And then Blue is fighting Nick Young.
Yeah, it's like
Swaggy P.
Nick Young. It look like it's going to be at the Hard Rock in Fort Lauderdale.
They're talking about maybe March. March or something?
It's like March. March, if not April 12th.
But Adam's fighting in less than 2 weeks. That's crazy.
23rd. Face might be in the ring February 21st. I don't know. We might put him in there for a tune-up. gonna see.
Well, he's been at this gym and he's 3-0 if I'm not mistaken here, right?
Yeah. This is trainer David.
Look at David.
We don't believe in nothing but David. You know what I'm saying? Ever since the Rocky, I was convinced. What's up, bro? Had to pull up on the 22.
You can't train like that.
Huh? I didn't come to train. I'm on some bull. Today's gonna be a bullshit day, Adam.
What's that mean?
I've let you know I've started a fire in your building. You would see when you're done training. Suwu moving and hooding, that ain't how it works. Suwu moving and grooving. You have got sporty face.
It's not a game, man. I don't know what you're talking about, Wack.
You know what I'm talking about. You got sporty face to sit down with Mark.
I'm moving and grooving right here.
Today, I'm sitting down with Jalise. And I'm going to tell you, because you're my partner, I have a surprise guest for her.
I can probably guess it.
There you go.
Yeah, I've seen this movie before.
He told me first round knockout.
Yeah, hey, give me the quote, okay?
No, I think coming first.
It's a lot better. It's better than the last one.
He's so unathletic, it's crazy.
Go. Hit it. You gotta explode more, okay? That's like you throw.
Why is Adam straight falling backwards when he's running? He's like leaning back when he runs. It's crazy.
On that 1-2, you gotta explode. All right? Here we go. Let's go. Go. Pick it up. I have blue face for you. Let's go. 3 more. Here we go.
Kaminsky saying Blueface a beast.
Breathe on the way back. Breathe. Here we go. Deep breath. You gotta breathe right here. Let's go. Let's go. Last one.
Hey.
Let's go. Last one. Here we go. Pick it up. Come on your toes. Light. Go. I'm gonna ask him in a second. That's it.
Homie, gassed already. That's a terrible look. Terrible look.
I gotta work on a sprint. Adam.
Even Ellie laughing at him.
Fucking before the fight because a lot of people there's a superstition about it.
He just might.
Breathe. Let's go. Come on. No. Don't hunch him. Come on.
Well, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
Yeah. For my mental health. For your mental health. I got a pipe.
Yeah, you're working your ass off. I commend you, bud.
Bro acts like he just ran a fucking mile. That was literally nothing. That's insane how he's super gassed right now. It's actually insane how gassed he is. Me Odd Boy says Adam is getting chinned. I'm still rocking with Adam. He gonna fucking somehow get this win against Jason Love. Somehow, some way, he's gonna get this win. I can't fucking go against Adam in this one. I'm rocking with Adam. No matter what. Adam needs 6 months just to get in fight shape. I mean, he's in terrible shape. It's actually insane. I couldn't believe how gassed he was. I was like speechless for a second. Oh, now he's turning it up. Shout out to Ellie Sekback for this long ass fucking video.
Is that Wack down there? Go. What up?
Alright, I think it just restarted.
Let's go. Quick. Come on, you gotta pick it up. Let's go. Let's go.
I just want to make sure we don't miss anything.
Let's go.
I don't like this. Okay, that was it. Shout out to Adam. Shout out to Ellie Sekback for that long ass video. Drew says, according to him, he's been working out for years. I know. He always acts like he'd be working out every morning. I mean, it don't look like it. I don't know what the hell he'd be doing, but it don't look like he's been working out. But shout out to Adam. I'm rocking with Adam. He's been in quite a few street fights, so I'm hoping he can pull this one out of the bag here. Hoping he can pull this one out of his ass, essentially. Pull a rabbit out of a hat. You feel me? How many sayings can I come up with? I guess 3. I wanted to respond to Miata Boy because, you know, I do take these topics very seriously, as you guys know. And no, I'm not talking about Adam. I'm talking about the Michael Morales controversy, right? So Miata Boy is saying, he's kind of adding on to what I said earlier, or what I was kind of bringing up, saying if it's not a 2-round fight, or sorry, let me restart that. If it's a 2-round fight from a TV show that wasn't sanctioned, then it's not a pro fight. Even a amateur MMA is 3 rounds. It has nothing to do with the rounds, Miata Boy. I'm going to say that. But I'm going to disagree with you and agree with you at the same time. So it don't got nothing to do with rounds. It has to do with whether or not it's a sanctioned pro fight. If it's not a sanctioned pro fight, if there's no commission that sanctioned it, I mean, it's tough to score that a pro fight. I'm a keep it a buck. Even though I'm saying Michael Morales deserves to be 20-0 and not 19-0, I mean, I want a definitive answer. Was it a sanctioned fight by a real commission? If it was, right, then I'm going to count it. If it wasn't a sanctioned pro fight by a real commission that actually exists, then I'm not going to count it. That's the main thing. That's my stance on it. I don't have the answer to that question. But if I did, that would help me, you know, land on my stance. Now, the other odd thing about this whole 20-1 thing and retroactively adding fights to his record that occurred on a tough runoff outside the U.S. is my biggest question to that. How many guys' records on Tapology is the UFC honoring? You guys understand what I'm saying? Like, does the UFC go off Tapology's records for their fighters? Or, like, what's the misconception here? I mean, it seems like the UFC gets to choose, ultimately, whether they want to go with ABC, Tapology, ESPN's rankings, or something like that. Like, I don't know. This whole thing is super confusing. But it really kind of takes away the credibility of Tapology at the same time. Because it's exposing the fact that Tapology isn't the end-all be-all, and I always thought it was. Everybody always thought it was. The first place we go for records is Tapology. It's not ABC, it's not ESPN, it's not Sherdog. It's Tapology. Tapology has effectively surpassed Sherdog. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's, I guess, where I stand on it. I don't got a place to really land. I thought I did. I thought I had a place to land on this whole topic, but I guess I honestly, genuinely don't. Weren't most of Khabib's fights in 2-round fights prior to UFC? Or Khabib's wins in 2-round fights prior to UFC? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Do they keep track of that on Tapology for Khabib? But again, it's not about the rounds to me necessarily. It just needs to be a sanctioned pro fight. Whatever they agree on is what they agree on. You feel me? 3 5-minute rounds, 2 5-minute rounds. There we go. There we go. So it just proves the point, right? A 2 5-minute rounder is on Khabib's record against Magomedov, who was 0-4 at the time. Seems sus. But, you know, 2 5s, 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 3 5s. 2 5s, 2 5s, 2 5s, 2 5s. Oh boy. Doesn't say. 3 5s. Then he entered the UFC. So Khabib fought all 2-round bouts before he even got in the UFC. He had like 2 to 3 3-round bouts. So ain't nothing matter about the rounds. It's all about, did a commission sanction the fight? What does the sanctions MMA rule set say? I mean, I got no clue, Miata boy. The unified rules of mixed martial arts. I mean, it's not going to give us an answer. This is the unified rules, not criteria for what's considered a pro and amateur fight. This is the rules. I don't think we're going to find it. But, you know, Tapology was acknowledging all these things. Let's give it one more look. Has Tapology answered the question about whether or not a commission was involved? Because if a commission sanctioned it as a pro fight, then there's nothing to argue. See, so they say what matters to us, especially in international jurisdictions where there is limited or no oversight, is whether it was a hard-fought, true competition with pro equipment and pro rules. If so, we count the fights. It's a huge gray area. That's a huge gray area. I get where they're coming from, where they say it's whether it was a hard-fought, true competition with pro equipment and pro rules. I get it. I get it. But just because I get two guys that want to scrap inside of a gym, right, with pro equipment and pro rules, right, it doesn't count as a pro fight unless it's sanctioned by a commission. Otherwise, it's just some bullshit. Like, yes, it's for a TV show, but it doesn't count. So them saying, especially in international jurisdictions where there's limited or no oversight, kind of suggests that there was no commission, there was nobody who sanctioned this bout. And with that being said, I think I'm going to have to officially change my stance and say Michael Morales is undefeated. Michael Morales is undefeated, boys. He should still be undefeated. When he gets walked out to his next fight, the UFC should classify him as undefeated. Sorry that it took me a while to come to that conclusion, but shit, right is right and wrong is wrong. And I'm very firm about that. So if I'm wrong about something because I didn't have the correct information at the time, I'd rather be right. I'd rather be right and switch my stance than not admit when I'm wrong. If that makes sense to you. I'd rather be right and switch my stance than not admit that I was wrong in the first place. So I was wrong in the first place, and I'm switching my stance to what I believe to be the right side of history. So Michael Morales is 19-0 officially. Officially 19-0 in my opinion. And just to conclude why I came to that conclusion, it's because it says, especially in international jurisdictions where there is limited or no oversight. Okay, so basically, if there was a commission who sanctioned the bout, that's all they could have said. That's all they would have had to say. There was a commission that sanctioned the bout. Boom. It's considered a pro bout. End of story. No discussion. But instead, they couldn't say that. That's why they say, especially in international jurisdictions where there is limited or no oversight, suggesting there was no commission and it wasn't a sanctioned pro bout. But they're considering it a sanctioned pro bout because it was a hard-fought, true competition with pro equipment and pro rules. And they're letting the reality TV thing conflate things a little bit. They're putting too much weight on reality style show, hard-fought, true competition with pro equipment and pro rules. Like I said, that shit doesn't matter. If we did some YouTube show, right, where we just got random dudes to fight off the street, pro equipment and pro rules, it wouldn't make it a pro bout. It just simply wouldn't. Simply wouldn't. What up, Hunter Cannon? Dropping a chef emoji in the chat. So you're suggesting I'm cooking. My man. I hope I'm cooking, and I think I am cooking. I think I am cooking. I might not have been cooking earlier, but now I'm cooking. Now we cooking with grease. Jew says to think Khabib didn't want to bring that 29 to a crisp 30. Jew, I think you're right, homie. 30 seems a lot crisper than 29. I agree. And how much more millions would he have made to make it a crisp 30? I mean, shit, the UFC's tried to offer him tens of millions to make it a crisp 30, Jew. He says no every time. Wants to take care of his mama. Low-key lame. Low-key lame. Miata Boy giving a great example. He says Wing C has had many street beef amateur fights and they don't count those fights, and they have all the equipment and rules and they don't count them. There we go. There we go, homie. That's kind of what I was trying to say. Like, just because I subject two guys off the street to a fucking pro rule fight with pro equipment, meaning 4-ounce gloves, essentially. That's about it. 4-ounce gloves. And we go 2 5-minute rounds or 3 5-minute rounds under pro rules. I mean, it doesn't make it a pro fight unless the sanction commissions it. Or sorry, unless the commission sanctions it. My bad. All right, that might be my sign to get off here now, though, boys. So shout out to everybody who tuned into the stream. Go ahead and like the stream and subscribe once again if you're not subscribed. But I'm going to actually send you guys off on one last thing, because the other night we went through the Natalia Silva arrest footage, right? Gordon Ryan's ex-wife, apparently. Gordon Ryan has responded to Craig Jones because Craig Jones has been on a social media campaign trashing her and roasting her left and right. So Gordon Ryan responded in typical Gordon Ryan fashion with a fucking 30-sentence, double-story paragraphs on Instagram. I mean, Gordon loves to type. Don't get him started. So now we got to read all this, and then we will end the stream. Eric says they'd have to offer Khabib a 2-round fight to make it a crisp 30. I mean, I guess so, homie. I guess so. Khabib loves those 2-rounders. Okay, let me read this, and then we'll get out of here. I think I went too hard at the gym, low-key, boys. I think I went too hard at the gym today. I can feel like my speech is, like, tired. So forgive me. If you noticed my speech is tired, I noticed it about myself. And I think it's because I went too hard at the gym. Like, I feel like my word pronunciation is not crisp. It's not crisp today. But it will be crisp tomorrow, okay? I think tomorrow I might be due for an off day, or I'm just not going to go as hard. But anyway, or I'll just start the stream early and then hit the gym. So I'm going to fix that. Just had to point that out. Probably a mix of that and me being tired. But anyway, some of the many hilarious posts of Crooked Craig directly and indirectly attacking Simpleton MMA after they kicked him out, promoting his new shitty instructional, which won him 0 titles in anything relevant ever by douching Nikki Fraud, who also had 0 relevant titles, his supposed friend on camera, then BJJ World, which is ran by Craig's bitch, Freddie, is essentially a propaganda page for him, rather than an actual news page, talking about how another Austin BJJ school is the place to be, even though he's, oh my goodness, even though his supposed friends are running a school just miles away. Imagine me promoting another BJJ school in Ocean County other than Tom's, and of course attacking J-Rod like he did publicly when he kicked him out of the school without even discussing it with the team. I'm sure Nikki Fraud loves that. If you look for 3 seconds, you can find dozens of these. It's no coincidence Craig has no team, no home, a wife who left him, and no real friends. The internet is the opposite of real life. You should strive to be liked in real life, not the internet. People ask why I don't respond to Crooked Craig anymore. The answers are simple. If I pointed out all his blatant oh my goodness gracious. I'm sorry, boys. I tried to tell you. If I pointed out all his blatant hypocrisy and lies, I would have to post about him all day, which I don't care to do, as we have agreed to fight on site every time we see each other. Words are no longer needed when violence is accepted. We will square it all up eventually. Smiley face. Enjoy your day, everyone. Then he says, you went from being a former Z-Team and Crooked Craig propaganda page to all of a sudden promoting rival Austin gyms of your supposed friends after you so amicably split from the team, ? Seems likely. Make no mistake, Craig is wagering war on Simpleton the same way he did on us when he left. He infiltrates, manipulates the weak-minded / low IQ, and then destroys, all while claiming moral high ground and seeking approval for everyone because his ego is too fragile to handle rejection. Now we get to sit back and watch a Craig vs. Simpleton war. And always remember, for every direct or indirect shot you see from Craig or his minions, there are 100 times the amounts of shots fired directly by him from one of his dozens and dozens of fake IG, Reddit, and YouTube accounts. If you look at any of this for more than 5 seconds, it's easy to tell that Crooked Craig is actually the dirtbag. He runs the B team, which is one person, him. Hopefully we see each other, as he was actually the one who asked me to fight. Must have been a later regrettable cocaine night, which, by the way, he spent years promoting to kids. Hope everyone is well. Okay, so I think, fuck it. I'm too tired to even understand what the fuck he's talking about. I think I'm going to sign off. All right, boys. Not the best end to the show, but shit, you boys know me. It's all good. We're going to be back tomorrow. And, yeah, bro. I think my bandwidth has been just completely expired. I feel like that's what just happened to me. My bandwidth is expired for the day, officially. I mean, I don't even think he was talking about his girlfriend. And Simpleton MMA, I think that's Nicky Rod's team now. They renamed B Team to Simpleton MMA or something like that. Simpleton BJJ. I don't see Craig beefing with them. I think Craig is still cool with them. So I don't know what the fuck Gordon's talking about, if I'm just being dead honest. Space Kid says wacky ending. Yeah, I feel you. My bad on that. I shouldn't have even read it. I should have known my fucking bandwidth was zapped. I tried to warn you guys. I knew going into that, I was like, I'm going to fucking struggle reading this. I'm not going to know what the fuck he's talking about. And that's exactly what happened. My apologies. Much love to you guys for tuning in tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream minus the ending. And yeah, I'm going to go get some rest. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And shout out to Michael Morales. He's still undefeated. He's still 19-0 in my book. I can't revoke my votes, but the poll was pretty much 50-50 the whole time. 47 votes, 51% voted not undefeated, 49% voted undefeated. And I was 2 votes of that 49%. So I think it's overall Michael Morales is still undefeated. That's the final verdict according to the poll, because I was a part of the poll. All right, boys. Shout out to you, though. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, everyone who watched. Like the stream if you didn't like it yet. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. We'll be live tomorrow, as long as there's something to talk about. All right, peace out, boys. Peace out, boys. Space Kid, Eric, Miata Boy, Hunter Cannon, Jew, all you boys. Peace out. Gargoyle, HT, America First was in here. Owen, Lord of the Pies, Dylan. I don't know if Dylan's still in here. ZG, UFC, Tyler Betts, everybody. Otto, MJ World. MJ World said, I don't like how after years they decided to change it. I agree with you, homie. I don't agree with it either. C. Pete was in here. James Steele was in here. Rhett Nose was in here. So we had a lot of good people in here today. AD Kid was in here. Space Kid. Copelands. We had everybody in here. So shout out to you guys. Legend Steezy was the first one in the chat today. Shout out to Steezy being the first one. All right, guys. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.